What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today I've got a really fun video. We have got some catches here, and I did something that I did not even expect myself to do, you guys. I did something that I thought was like, why am I even doing this? But I just did it because this is one of my favorite Pokemon. So anyway, guys, I powered up a Pokemon. I spent a lot of Stardust maxing out a Pokemon that you really wouldn't expect me to max out. But a lot of people don't know this about me, alright? I am a Gen 1 Pokemon guy, okay? I was a kid in the 90s, Pokemon came out, I watched Season 1, my brothers played the games, I watched them play the games, you know, like, Pokemon was a big part of my life when I was a kid, but then, I don't know, Season 2, Generation 2, all the games after, you know, Red, Blue, and Yellow, I didn't really get exposed to those games, so I don't really know those Pokemon. So all of my favorite Pokemon are Gen 1 Pokemon, you guys. So I've got a couple of, let's say unexpected favorite Pokemon. These are some of Jonno's favorite Pokemon, alright, you guys? You wouldn't expect these to be my favorite Pokemon, but when you think about the game as it was played on Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue, and when you think about the Pokemon that were particularly easy to get in that game, then it makes sense which ones are my favorite, okay, you guys? So right now we are looking at me catching a Max IV, Max CP, level 35, 100% IV Larvitar. That was a great one, and I decided to do some cleaning out. I was like, you know, I have a lot of Pokemon that I just don't have any reason to have, so I was getting rid of them. I was unstarring Larvitars that I caught that were trash compared to what I've caught since I started spoofing, and just getting rid of them for the candies. I just really wanted to get that 125 candies. So I got rid of my Larvitars, didn't have enough candies, had to start going down the list of my Pupitars, started getting rid of Pupitars. I noticed while I was getting rid of Pupitars that I even have a level 35, 100% IV Pupitar that I've been waiting to get 100 candies, and I forgot about it. So I was like, oh my god, I've just been spoofing like crazy, and I have all these crazy Pokemon, but I don't have candies to evolve them. So that was pretty fun, you guys. It's always fun to see what I've been saving. I got rid of the 98, as you can see. I got rid of some of them that are named. Sorry guys, if you ask to get named a Pokemon that is not a very good Pokemon, I'll probably transfer it eventually, so that's just part of the thing. Get named 100%, that's the way to do it right there. Alright, so that is my level 35, 100% IV Pupitar that I was just sitting on. But I figured I just got this Larvitar. Let me go ahead and evolve this particular Larvitar, and then I only need 100 candies to get that Pupitar evolved as well. They're both just as good as each other. They're all maxed out, so it doesn't really matter which one I evolve. And figured I'd just use up all the candies. So there we go. Just caught this bad boy. Took him through the evolution chain all the way up from a Pupitar to a Tyranitar. Love it. Super lady. Alright guys, so that was him. Now, let's talk about this Pokemon that you guys would never expect me to power up. You guys can guess in the comments what you think it is before I reveal. Okay, so here he is, you guys. Here he is. Yeah, it's a Beedrill. There was a level 35 Max Beedrill, you guys. One of my favorite Pokemon. You would never know this about me. I never talk about them. But one of the reasons that you never hear about it from me is because this Pokemon is actually so rare. Do you guys remember when Pokemon Go first came out? Beedrill and Butterfree were impossible to find. You never find those Pokemon. And I'm like, come on! Those are fan favorites. People love Beedrill and Butterfree, but they were very, very hard to get. Never find those Pokemon in the wild. I think that as far as weak Pokemon go, they should have put some of them in the wild just so that organic players can, one, have some fun catching them, and two, actually get some decent Pokemon that they could fight with early in the game, just like in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. You need to get a couple of those common Pokemon that you can fight and evolve up into a Beedrill and a Butterfree, and then at least you have a decent Pokemon to get through the game, right? So, you know, that's kind of one of those things where I'm like, you guys kind of missed out on making the game look like the original games. Beedrill and Butterfree were a really big deal in the original games because they're two of the first Pokemon that you could get that have two evolutions and are actually worth fighting with and actually really good because they're poison types, and Butterfree had sleep, so you could put a poison on them, you could put a sleep on them, so you had a lot of good status effects on these Pokemon. Now obviously we have no status effects in this game, so kind of another missed opportunity there. It's like all these Pokemon that are actually really good good with their status effects have really bad CP, and you know, they don't have any status effects, so they're really trash in this game. They ruined a lot of good Pokemon in this game. But despite that fact, despite all those facts, I powered up the Beedrill anyway, you guys. 1777. I powered up the Beedrill to max, and you know I had to move change it. Now, you guys, this is gonna be my Mewtwo killer right here. I know that seems weird, but I am gonna take this Beedrill in against Mewtwo. Bug type is very strong against Psychic type, because I guess bugs have no brain, so the Psychic thing doesn't affect them, so that's kind of cool, you know? And yeah, Beedrill with his weird attack motion there. Yeah, I'm gonna be using him against my Mewtwo coming up this Friday, you guys. I got an EX Raid Pass for this Friday, and I am looking for some good bug type Pokemon. That's why I grabbed that 98 Scizor from the previous episode as well. Had to grab some good Pokemon to go fight that Mewtwo with the bug type. Very excited about those bug types, you guys. And plus, bug types are kind of like grass types. They're very underrated in this game, especially because there's really not much use for them. But it's important to get a couple of different good fighters from every different type, so you have good type advantage Pokemon for those specific use cases where you really need them, alright? So a lot of Pokemon that I never bothered to pick up, very good ones of grass type, bug type. They're really, really underpowered in this game, very low CP, very trash CP, not even worth having them really, but I'm trying to be more completionist, you guys. I'm trying to get one of every species that is a perfect and powered up to max. So powering up the Beedrill all the way to max is actually part of my long-term goal for this game. One of the few long-term goals I'm probably actually gonna complete. I wanted to catch all the unknowns without spoofing, didn't complete that. I wanted to catch a perfect of every species without spoofing, didn't complete that. I gave up on those. I was like, this game's way too hard. It's gonna take me years to do that. So yeah, you know, now I'm just like, well, let me get a maxed out specimen of every single species. Obviously, I'm starting with the third evolution species. You guys can see I got a Venomoth here as well. I was just knocking out those bug types. We are in rainy weather in California right now, you guys. So bug types are spawning more frequently. Very interesting information there. So if you're trying to get your maxed out commons, now is actually a good time to do it. I got the Beedrill, I got the Venomoth, feel pretty good about those. I got some other catches on this video that were maxed out. Very, very good catches. It's just been crazy for the catches recently, guys. Very, very crazy. Now, I am not going to use this Venomoth against Mewtwo. He got Confusion and Psychic, which is actually a pretty good moveset, and I was like, you know, I think I can live with that. One of the reasons that I TM'd the Beedrill is because I have so many fast TMs and so many charge TMs that I actually need to be using them and getting rid of them. So I was like, that's fine. And check it out. Well, apparently I did move change the Venomoth. Wow. I don't remember doing that, but apparently, oh yeah, Silverwind. I remember I got Silverwind. Yep, apparently I move change the Venomoth. I don't like those psychic moves. I like the bug moves. I have very few bug attackers. And look, it renamed it to Venomous. Stupid autocorrect. Always autocorrect fail. It's always failing me. Oh well, no big deal. So you guys, windy weather is the name of the game. We have got some amazing windy weather spawns in San Francisco, East Bay, also in Sacramento area. You guys know that all the trackers that I follow are local trackers. I've always played that way, but now that I spoof, I'm catching pretty much everything that's worth catching, and every single unknown that pops, I grab it, because you guys know that I love unknown, even though I got way too many candies and I've got way too many unknowns. I need to transfer some of those bad boys, but you know, I love them. I just love unknowns so much. It's kind of like Lapras. They made it rare, which made me covet it, and now that it's not that rare anymore, I still covet it. I'm still so obsessed. So yeah, I love unknown. I'll catch an unknown any day of the week. It's always a fun catch for me, and I love windy weather because we get extra unknowns. Very cool, you guys. Very, very cool. I'm happy with the extra unknown catches. I'm never going to complain about extra unknowns. I will track them down and I will catch them. Got some big ones too. I like when they're boosted. You do get some big ones. Ice type hidden power on that Y, unknown Y. Pretty rare, but not that rare. Some people say it's like, you know, really rare because in the original games XYZ were really rare, but the Y isn't actually that rare in Pokemon Go. Now the X is really rare, the Z is super rare. So you guys, this is another unknown. We got lucky here, got an unknown. I decided to drop a couple of bucks and throw down some lures you know, I just figure, what if there's an organic player that has no idea that there's an unknown nearby because the nearby system doesn't work that well, and they don't know that there's an unknown. So I thought, let me put up the lures at least, you know, and then sometimes tracker players get trolled on the location. Tracker players get trolled, they can't find the location. I'm like, just look for the lures, you guys. You know, you see Jonno YT on 2 lures, you can guarantee that there's something good over there, okay? So, yeah, I threw down the lures just to help out the organic players and just to be a good team player for the rest of the Pokemon Go community. Throw down some lures, cost me a couple of bucks, who cares? Get my name on the unknown spawn, that's fine. Alright, you guys, that is the end of this video. Just a bunch of catches, and I maxed out that V-Drill. You would have never expected that from me, but now you know V-Drill is one of my fan favorite Pokemon. Alright, you guys, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to my super amazing subscribers. Please drop a like and subscribe before you go. And thanks again to my stream sponsors. You guys are litty. Make sure you guys are checking out this stream. Every day we stream. It's pretty lit. Alright, you guys, thanks again, and peace.